you to. Okay, so good morning everyone. So Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Today we will have reading comprehension topic. So there are some tips and strategies in reading comprehension. Okay, next slide we will have definition. So what is reading comprehension? So actually, reading comprehension is the ability to comprehend or understand what you are reading. By being able to comprehend what you are reading, you can extract meaning from the text and better realize what the author is trying to convey. Actually, there are two components of reading comprehension. The first is text comprehension and vocabulary knowledge. Especially, vocabulary knowledge is the ability to understand the language being used, while text comprehension is using this language to develop an awareness of what the meaning is behind the text. Jadi, vocabulary knowledge itu artinya kemampuan ya untuk memahami ya bahasa yang digunakan. Adapun text comprehension artinya penggunaan language ya dalam atau bahasa Inggris untuk develop itu meningkatkan atau mengembangkan kesadaran tentang arti implisit dari sebuah teks ya, behind the text. Okay, now actually there are some reading comprehension tips. So the first is before reading, so you have to engage with a text before reading. Biasanya kita pakai brainstorming ya. Sebelum reading kita biasanya memakai picture, you can use picture and then movie and information related to the topic before reading ya. And then while reading, you have to keep yourself focused on the text and engage in critical thinking about the text while you read. Jadi while reading ini ketika kita sudah membaca, kita harus fokus ya di teksnya, reading teksnya. Kemudian gunakan atau engage ya, kaitkan dengan critical thinking about the text while atau ketika ya you read. Kemudian the next step after reading, so you have to use effective after reading strategies can help you better understand and remember the text long term. Jadi kita actually ada reading strategies ya. Ya, salah satunya dengan skimming, scanning seperti itu ya. Okay, I want to explore atau explain about 7 strategies to improve your reading comprehension skill. Jadi ketika Anda mengikuti tes, terutama tes TOEFL itu hampir sebagian besar itu kita akan menemui reading text ya, reading comprehension. So you have to improve your reading comprehension skill. Yang pertama, the first strategy is improve your vocabulary by using flashcards or making a list of unknown words. Jadi, if you find unknown words, kata-kata yang tidak Anda ketahui, so you can make note, ya, make list, make note. And then the second strategy is you can come up with questions about the text you are reading. So asking about what you are reading. You can arise, ya, maksudnya membuat pertanyaan ya, make question when you are reading the text ya. Kemudian number 3, you can use context clues. For example, restatement, definition, illustration, and etc. can be used in reading comprehension skill. So context clues is very important and very useful. So you can see in my YouTube channel ya, itu di situ ada presentasi dari kelompok yang karena saya juga mengajar reading ya, so you can see my YouTube channel. about context clues. And then number 4, you can look for the main idea and try to put the main idea in your own words. So selain knowing vocabulary, you have to find the main idea ya. Jadi mencari main idea di dalam suatu teks ya. Then try to put the main idea in your own words atau paraphrase ya. And then the 5th, you can write a summary of what you read, bikin conclusion, drawing conclusion, or summary ya. And then number 6, break up the reading into smaller sections ya. So you can break up ya. Kalau suatu essay atau banyak paragraf, you can make topic. Misalnya introduction-nya itu yang mana saja, and then body-nya itu yang mana gitu ya. So you can break up the reading into smaller sections, and then the last one, you can pace yourself ya. Pace yourself artinya you can set realistic goals for your reading practice and habits. Jadi kita harus punya target ya dalam membaca ya. You can set the goal ya. Tujuannya apa? Kemudian why you have to read a lot ya. Okay, now there are other tips ya. Selain 7 tadi strategi, you can use tips to make the most of your reading comprehension practice. So actually reading is a fundamental part of our everyday life. The more you incorporate and prioritize reading and understanding what you're reading, the better your overall reading comprehension will become. So this point can help you to make the most of your time when practicing your reading skill. The first is eliminate distraction. Jadi ketika reading itu tolong eliminate itu dihilangkan semua pengganggu ya, distraction-nya mungkin bisa you can read in the comfortable place, misalnya di library and so on ya. Kemudian number 2, read a book below your reading level. Anda harus mengetahui reading level Anda itu di level berapa ya. So you can read below your reading level supaya Anda termotivasi, supaya kata-katanya tidak terlalu sulit. Mungkin kalau vocabnya masih di bawah 500 atau 1000 ya jangan cari reading text yang sudah tinggi ya, advance mungkin ya. Cari yang elementary level. Number 3, you can reread text to ensure understanding and don't forget to read aloud. Jadi membaca keras itu juga penting ya, to read aloud, to check your pronunciation also. Okay, now I want to ask you to read topic about communication in groups, karena kita di sini tolong di mute dulu yang selain yang saya panggil. Okay, first I want to ask Faizah Makfiro. Faizah, can you help me to text saya ini ya, thumbnail video dulu. Okay, please read the first reading text.
Communication in groups. The sheer number of people in a group affect the amount of communication. Consider the difference between communication between 2 friends and communication in a group of 5 people. When friends talk, there are 2 people sending and receiving message. In a group of 5, there are 5 people doing the same thing. Each idea that is expressed must be understood by 4 others, who may also choose to respond. Consequently, the greater number of people in group, the fewer contribution an individual may make. Because there are disadvantages to large groups, you might assume that small group will be the most effective. However, groups can be too small as well as 100 people large with too few members. A group has limited resource, which eliminates a primary advantage of group for decision making. Also, member may be unwilling to disagree and criticize each other idea. I believe that 5 to 7 members is the ideal size for a small group.
Okay, so the main idea of this paragraph, communication in group, is the difference, yeah. I mean, the effect, yeah, the difference between small group and big group, yeah, in communication, yeah. Okay, let's see the exercise. So number one, what we can conclude, yeah, we can conclude from the reading that in large group itu bagaimana? Apakah A, there is always a chaos at the end of each discussion? B, no one criticizes each other's ideas? C, before a decision is made, everyone has to express their ideas individually? D, everyone is free to express their ideas as much as they want? E, there is less opportunity for each person to speak. Oke, kira-kira jawabannya yang mana? Di antara A, B, C, D, E? Oke, siapa yang coba menjawab? Tadi Faisa sudah ya. Mungkin Agista bisa menjawab?
I think the answer is C
C ya.
or
Oke,
D.
we lock ya. Jawabannya lock C ya. Oke. How about number 2? According to the passage, small group, the definition of small group apa tadi? A, B, C, D, E? Atau
B.
what is small groups? A are always more successful than large group in making, in terms of decision making, and then B can have some disadvantages as well. C express their criticism more freely than large group. D have always infinite resources. E are unable to make a decision at the end of discussion. Kira-kira jawabannya yang mana? Mungkin bisa raise hand atau langsung jawab aja. Ini sambil saya absen ya. Mungkin selain Agista ada yang mau coba jawab? Atau kita jawab bersama, kira-kira number 2 apa jawabannya?
Maybe A, Miss.
A ya. Oke, I will lock number 2 A. Oke, let's see the answer ya. Ya, ini jawabannya ya. So, the answer key, number 1 is E, and number 2 is B. Untuk number 3, kita sudah jawab ya. The author of the article suggests that C ya. The ideal size for a small group should be 5 to 7. Jadi, idealnya small group itu terdiri dari 3, 5, atau 7 ya. Oke. Next, the difference between men and women. Who wants to try to read? Ya, selain Faiza, Agista, siapa lagi?
Saya, ma'am.
Yes, Zaira.
The difference between men and women. Although there is a great deal of variation within each gender, on the average, men and women discuss a surprisingly different range of topics. According to some studies, women and men ranging in age from 17 to 80 describe the range of topics each discussed with friends of the same sex. Certain topics were common to both men and women. Work, movies, and television provide to be frequent topics for both groups. The differences between men and women were more striking than the similarities. Female friends spend much more time discussing personal and domestic subjects, relationship problems, family, health, and reproductive matters, weight, food, and clothing. Men, on the other hand, were more likely to discuss music, current events, sports, and business. Women are more likely to gossip about close friends and family. By contrast, men spend more time gossiping about sports figures and media personalities. These differences can lead to frustration when men and women try to converse with one another.
Yeah, okay. So this is about the difference, yeah. The comparison between men and women. Okay, next, I want to ask the exercise number 1. So it is stated in the passage that women, yang mana kira-kira? A, are unwilling to discuss personal subject. B, are more interested in discussing relationship problems than are men. C, never talk about other men and women. D, don't like gossiping about anything. Atau E, discuss more important issues than men. Yes, Narendra?
Yes,
Narendra.
I think it's B, ma'am.
Oke, D ya. Oke,
B,
nanti
B.
kita cek jawabannya ya. Oke, how about number 2? So, according to the passage, men apa? Yes, kira-kira jawabannya apa? Ya, Vicky?
According to the passage, men like talking about movies and television as much as women do. Yang B bukan?
Oke, yang B ya. Ya, oke. So, let's see the answer. Oh ya, nanti. Oke. Ya, jawabannya B ya. Number 1 B, number 2 B, and number 3 the passage mainly discusses about E ya, the conversational topics of men and women. Jadi ini main idea dari the passage. Okay, let's see the next presentation. Jadi assignment-nya untuk each group ya. Okay, I will hide the thumbnail. So presentation group 1 next week ya, and group 2 itu topiknya apakah sudah ditentukan? Do you have the topic already? Do you have a topic untuk group 1? So after this presentation, the next meeting we will have presentation from group 1 and 2, and then following the next group, yeah. The following group is group 3 and group 4, and then the next group is group 5 and group 6, and so on, yeah. So you can, after this class, you can discuss with your friend, with your group about the topic that you will use to present, yeah. So I have scoring group representation. So ini contoh aja ya. For example, group 1 itu PPT-nya seperti apa, group performance-nya, pronunciation, grammar, and the total score. And this is the explanation. So PPT di sini maksudnya the colors and the picture or animation used in PPT and the words, whether it is readable or not, and font size. And also design and translation. Jadi nanti PPT itu penilaiannya ini ya. Kemudian untuk group performance, you have to perform the greeting and closing, eye contact, clear voice, ya, voice-nya harus clear, polite attitude or interaction ya with the audiences, and the creativity ya. The creativity, do you maybe you can use question in the first meeting, or you can use pictures and so on ya. Use your creativity to attract the audiences ya. Kemudian pronunciation di sini you have to use correct English pronunciation. You have to check the dictionary how to pronounce develop misalnya ya. Develop itu bukan develop but develop ya. And also intonation you have to check also before you present in the public. Jadi nanti sebelum presentasi setiap PowerPoint slide-nya you have to check ya. Because reading text-nya in English ya. And then the grammar you have to use correct sentence structure and what kind of tenses used in PPT, then I will check during your presentation in the class. Kemudian this is the references, and thank you for your attending. Stop share ya. Okay, do you have any question?